There was one time when I was eating fried chicken in public, though. And this black guy came up to me, and he was like, "Really? Are you really gonna eat fried chicken right now?" And I was so embarrassed because like white people were sitting right next to me. And I was like, "Are you really gonna chicken shame me in front of these white people?" Like, white people would never do that to each other. They'd never be like, "Really? Are you really gonna eat hummus right now in front of these black people?"
There was a middle seat open next to me. I ain't want none of them sitting there talking to me the whole damn flight. So I had to turn my blackness up. Oh yeah, white people, that's something we do. It's called managing your blackness. See, white people, y'all can be white all day long. Black people can't be black all day long. Society don't play that. It's messed up. But we have to choose throughout our day when to be black and when not to be. It's crazy. That black dude you work with, that ain't how he really act. That is not the real James. You go to a job interview, you cut that black shit off. You go in there like, yes, it behooves me to, I don't even know what the hell behoove mean, but I feel like it go there, you know. So I ain't want none of them sitting next to me. So I reached in my bag, put my baseball cap, put it on sideways, put my sunglasses on, put my headphones on, turned that shit up real loud. I was like, kill these niggas, all these niggas, all these niggas. Didn't nobody sit next to me. They were sitting on each other's laps before they came to this seat. As soon as they closed the door and locked it, I was like, whoo! Took all that bullshit off and pulled my Sudoku book out and was like...
I've been traveling a lot lately. I went camping for the first time recently. Thank you. I'll never do it again. I feel like when I tell people I've been camping for the first time, they're like, "But you're a full adult." But I'm black. It's not something my family did. My parents were like, "We bought a house. We sleep on the inside." And my boyfriend is white, and he took me to his homeland of Missouri to do this. And the group I was with is my boyfriend and his childhood friends, so everyone else is white, which is not their fault. And we're getting ready to swim in the river, and the way they're getting ready is by putting on prescription sunscreen and long sleeve swim shirts and long swim shorts. And this is all foreign to me because I have melanin. So I just spray a little sunscreen and go. And it's just further proof to me that white people aren't made for this earth. Like, y'all can't handle outside. I feel like people don't always like it when I talk about race in my sets, which I get. It makes some people feel uncomfortable. I've done shows where you can literally hear assholes tighten up, like, make her stop! But I don't think race is such a touchy, taboo topic that we can't discuss or think about or laugh at. And I think it's good if we ask each other questions, or how else are we gonna learn from our mistakes? When I was in college, I lived down the hall from a foreign exchange student from Korea, and she kept asking me if I knew certain people. She'd be like, "Do you know John?" And I'd be like, "No." She'd be like, "Do you know Shayna?" And I'd be like, "No." And I'm not sure what tipped me off, but I started to wonder if she was only asking me if I knew black people. So I asked her, I was like, "Are you only asking me if I know black people?" And she goes, "Yes." And I was like, "Do you think I know all the black people at this school because I'm black?" And she goes, "Uh-huh, yes." And I was like, "You can't do that. That's a stereotype. That'd be like if I assume you knew all the Korean people at this school." And she goes, "I do. We all know each other." And I was like, "Never mind." It's a good thing we kept talking. If that conversation had ended 2 sentences before that point, I would have left being like, "That racist bitch." And she would have left being like, "What's wrong with this antisocial black girl? She's not hanging out with her friends."
Something's wrong, man. Just don't be one of these people that's surprised that black folks got issues. Them the people I can't deal with. I'd rather talk to somebody that don't agree with me than somebody that's had their eyes closed. Hey, did you know black people? Why are black people angry? We've been angry. This ain't new. You think this just happened last couple of years? Black folks been trying to tell y'all forever that they had some issues, and we invented the blues. What more of a sign did you need? We literally invented an entire genre of music based on sadness. That's how sad the blues was created here. That is an American art form. That is not native African. You go listen to old African music. The shit is happy because we was free. Go back. Every old African song, freedom in Africa, freedom in Africa, freedom in Africa. As soon as we got off the slave ship, boom, 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 boom. We've been sad. How the hell are you surprised? They're not patriotic. The black people don't like the national anthem anymore. Ain't no shock to you, man. You want to know what black folks feeling? Just listen to their music. Our music tell you everything that's going on in the black psyche. It's a beautiful telegram. And nowhere in the history of black music is there a hit patriotic song. That ain't what we do. I mean, we'll cover a song, but like, we don't write no original patriotic song. Black artists ain't never, because we got a conflicted relationship with the country. You can't write no honest patriotic song. You got to leave that to white artists. They ain't had a good time. You had a good time in America, you're damn right. You should be writing the patriotic, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Maybe serious. You couldn't possibly expect that level of patriotism from a race of people that have so many issues. You can't. It's not realistic. Black people we don't sing about America. We sing about specific cities where you can have a good ass time. That's what we do. We don't talk about the country. We can tell you where the party at, though. We can do that. Look, I can't tell you nothing about America, but let me tell you about the city where the heat is on all night on the beach till the early morning. Welcome to Miami. That's where you got to go. You ever been to California? Oh my God, boy, you got to go down to California, boy. Boy, California knows how to party. The city of LA, the city of good old Watts, and the city of Compton. They keep it rocking. Write that shit down. I'm trying to tell you. You keep it rocking. Black people don't do patriotism. Maybe Georgia on My Mind. That's the closest we probably come. Maybe that. That's a good song. It's warm. It's about the country. Ray Charles, Georgia on My Mind. Good song. But the key word in that song is on my mind. Ray Charles was just thinking about Georgia. He didn't tell you to go there. Georgia's like every other part of the South. It's got some pockets you should not be in after dark. If you'd have asked Ray Charles to be more specific on where in Georgia to go, he'd have said go to Atlanta where the players play and they ride on them things like every day. My Uncle Derek tried to shut me down on that one. What about James Brown living in America? That's patriotic. James Brown singing about America. It's original and he black. Living in America. It's a good song, but keep it real, man. James Brown wrote that song for Rocky IV, and as soon as he finished singing it, Apollo Creed died in the ring. It's a sad song. It's a sad song. How can you here living in America not think about Apollo Creed just falling lifeless to the... Michael B. Jordan lost his daddy that day. If anything, living in America is not patriotic. It's the opposite. It's a secret message to black people. James Brown is one of the most masterful musicians to ever walk this earth, dude. It's a brilliant song. That song ain't got nothing to do with America. That entire song, Living in America, is a secret message to black folks. All you gotta do, listen to the end of the song. Very end of Living in America. All James Brown do is just start naming cities. That's it, end of the song. Living in America, New Orleans, Detroit City, Dallas, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Atlanta. He just naming safe places for black folks. That's it.
I feel comfortable with you guys. I want to let you know I'm biracial. I'm a biracial person, which is funny to me every time I say that out loud because I feel pretty black. I feel very black every day when I wake up and go outside. But growing up, I didn't know I was biracial. Had no idea I was biracial until I was in junior high. Girl ran up to me at school very out of breath, like, Chanel, I saw you last night at Target with this old white lady, and she was buying you a bra. What is going on? And my first instinct, I was like, whoa, Chelsea, that don't even sound like me, okay? You need to watch your mouth. This is how rumors get started. Then I thought about it. I was like, I was at Target last night. But I was there with my grandmother, and she's not a white. So then I went home, and I walked up to my grandmother that day, bold as brass. I pointed in her face, and I said, hey! Are you white? Because a girl at school looked at you, she saw a white lady. Now I'm looking at you, I'm starting to see a white lady too. She said, of course I'm white. What'd you think I was? I said, I never thought about it before. I knew that I was black because of BET. So I just assumed by association, my grandmother was probably black too. Like, I knew she wasn't very dark skinned. She didn't have as much fun as us on beach days, but we all got our shit. Who was I to judge? She said, no, I'm 100% Italian, which means you are part of town. She told me that her parents moved to Philadelphia, my hometown, from Italy. She pulled out a picture frame, showed me two very nice looking white people. I said, holy shit. My whole life, I thought that was a brand new frame. And you had just been waiting to fill it. Everything is a lie. Like, yeah, I thought my grandmother was a little lazy. I didn't know she was white. I didn't know that. And sometimes when I tell that joke, people don't believe me. They're like, how could you have been 13 years old? You know your grandmother was white. Well, she had 3 oil paintings in her house. One was Malcolm X. One was Martin Luther King Jr. And one was a black Jesus on the cross. Do you know how many pictures of black Jesus there are? I don't even know how she found a dread-headed Caribbean Jesus. But that shit affected me.
I want to start off by letting you know that I am gay as hell. I'm great at it. I do a great job. I was sitting there being black. And I was like, you know what? Give me another thing. I got it. Come on over. I'm also African, thoroughbred from the source. Thank you so much. Thank you. I came to America when I was a little diva. It's also the first time I ever saw a white person. And my immediate thought was, it's a black ghost. This country's filled with apparitions. Oh, man. I have been gay for quite some time. I came out when I was 18, back in the year 2000, you know, before it was cool. I told my parents I was gay. They're both very traditional African immigrants, so I don't recommend doing that. Write them a letter. They can't read. But I told them I was gay, and my dad got very upset. I don't know if it was because I said I was gay or that I sang the entirety of Papa Don't Preach immediately afterwards. It's a much longer song than you think it is.
Yeah, I think it's hard for black men, especially, to talk about depression because we have so many cool words available to us to undermine how we really feel, you know? Like a couple years ago, I was having some suicidal thoughts and depression, so I checked myself into a psych unit, and I know you guys are looking at me like, Jordan, but you're so handsome and well put together, but you know what they say, black don't crack, only psychologically. I got out of the psych unit, and a friend of mine was like, are you okay, man? Is everything all right? But I had so many cool words available to me. I was like, yeah, I was just tripping. But I wasn't just tripping. I had a severe mental breakdown. If anything, I might have been bugging, but I wasn't tripping.
Wouldn't that be great if aliens came to this planet and they were black? And they got here and they were like, yo, we so happy we found this planet because we left all these black people here. Came to get them. Bring them back home to their home planet. Planet Black. But you pronounce it Black. All the black people over here be like, yeah, we want to go back home to the planet Black. Go to Africa and talk to the Africans, and the Africans are like, we are going to come as well. No more black people on the planet. Fat white girls be crying. Oh my God! Oh no! Get off of me! Deontay! Today in sports, the New York Knicks beat the Boston Celtics 15-13 in an overtime nail-biter. And in tragic sporting news, there will be no NFL.